So here's a scenario. You got invited to a friend's place for some eats. Or you call some friends over for some eats. But now you gotta make some treats for the eats. Plot twist. You're vegetarian and your friends are vegan. So what on earth are you gonna make? You come to the right place. Now let's get this balls rolling. I'm Vikash and welcome to Myth Cooking. The first thing we need to do is make the mashed potatoes. So we can start off with 3 regular sized potatoes, and it can be any type of potatoes, usually whatever boils faster. I know you get different kinds of potatoes, but whatever you get from your supermarket. Right, so for this method, we're gonna need a bit of lemon juice, about 2 tablespoons, and we're gonna need a bit of salt. I like to use rock salt or rough salt. This tends to give a better taste to the potatoes. So let's chuck these potatoes in a pot. And we're going to cover it completely with water. You will have to top up the water during the boiling process because, as we know, water evaporates and it won't cover the potatoes anymore. We're going to chuck in our 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And we're going to add a 4-finger scoop of our rough salt. For those who are asking, yes, a 4-finger scoop is an international method of measuring amongst cooks. Once you get that done, we're going to place that on the stove on medium heat. Let's get it cooking. I would say medium to high heat and not high heat, because if you have your stove on high heat, your potatoes could catch to the bottom of the pot and you'll have burnt skins and weird tasting potatoes. As I mentioned earlier, you might have to top up the water, so keep your eye on the pot. These potatoes can take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to even 2 hours to get super soft. But to make the mashed potatoes super soft, it's worth it. You'll know when these babies are ready when you can give it a little poke with the knife. You'll know it's done when the knife slides easily through the center of the potato. And when you lift it up, the potato easily slides off the knife. Once that happens, your potatoes are ready to be drained and smashed. Take your potatoes out of the water, add it to a colander, and rinse with cold tap water. This will cool the potatoes down and stop you from burning your own fingers. I like cutting the potatoes in the center and just squeezing the peels off. Sometimes they come out easily, and sometimes these tough guys have thick skin. If you have an easier way of getting skins off hot potatoes, drop a comment in the comment section below. You can share it with all of us. There are many other ways of making mashed potatoes. I know it will take a longer time to make, but if you know an easier method, go ahead and do it. I know you could chop up potatoes into small bits, put it in a plastic packet, and pop it in the microwave until it gets soft and it steams in its own juices. That's another easy way of getting mashed potatoes. But for the sake of you giving me more viewing hours, we're gonna do the boiling method. And then, just as Hulk would say, it's time to smash. Depending on your own taste, you can mash it as fine as you like. I like my mashed potato balls to not be too fine, or as you would say, I like them chunky. If you find it easier to press them through a ricer, or have a mashed potato smasher, or have a potato smasher, go ahead and use it. I don't have that fancy kitchen equipment, so I use my trusty fork. I somehow feel the chunkiness holds onto the spices more, and you also don't lose the taste of the potato. Once you have it to your preferred texture, it's time to now add the spices. Potatoes, some seasonal greetings. So over here we have about half a cup to a cup of chopped coriander. You can add as much as you like. Then we have about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And over here we have our painter's palette of spices. We'll start off with the turmeric. Now I added about 1 teaspoon of turmeric. You're going to want to add a bit less. So go anywhere between a quarter and half a teaspoon. Then over here we have some crushed ginger, crushed garlic, and crushed green chilies. I've added about 1.5 teaspoons of each of those. And then I have 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds. Not forgetting 1.5 teaspoons of salt in the center. We're going to chuck these spices into the potatoes. There's no particular order for you to do this. Just get them all in there. This is the ratio for 3 potatoes. If you're obviously making more or less, adjust the recipe accordingly. The ratio works out to about 1/2 teaspoon of each of those spices per potato, and scale it up as you wish. You're going to give that a good mix, distributing all the ingredients through the potatoes. And once you get tired of mixing it in with a spoon, it's time for your hands to do a better job. It's the best way to get the spices distributed through the potatoes, and it also mashes the potatoes up even further, making it smoother. Before you start making the balls, you're going to want to taste the potatoes just to make sure it tastes the way you want it to. And if it tastes as good as mine, go ahead, taste it again. And again. And again. Maybe a little more, until you get stopped. I could eat these spicy potatoes just like this right from the bowl. Then it's time for you to form the balls. They don't have to be perfectly round, because the batter you're going to dip them in will cover up all your mistakes. 3 potatoes could form anywhere between 15 to 20 balls, depending on what size you roll them. Now it's time to put the batter together. For this, you're going to need a cup of chickpea flour. Then we have a tablespoon of lemon juice and about 1 teaspoon of salt. I also have a cup of water. It doesn't have to be warm water, just room temperature. It'll be fine. We're going to pop everything into a bowl in no particular order. I added a 1/4 cup of water first just to get things going. Give that a good stir. You can use your judgment if you need a bit more water, like I did. I added another 1/4 cup, making it 1/2 cup of water. You're going to have to mix all the lumps out till you get a smooth consistency. You don't want your batter too thin. If it is, it will pop in the oil when you're frying it, And if it's too thick, the batter won't cook properly and you're gonna have a soggy mess. So if you look at that, that's the consistency we're going for. So slightly thinner than a pancake batter. And it's time to get things frying. Pop some oil in a pot or pan, just enough so that it covers the balls. You'll know the oil is hot enough if you drop in a bit of batter and it floats to the top almost instantly. So the trick I learned is to leave the potatoes in the fridge so it firms up. Also, when it's cold, the potatoes will tend to not overcook in the oil, but just get warmed up, and it will also hold its shape and not bust through the batter. Dip the potatoes in the batter, making sure it's covered on all sides. And gently place it into the hot oil. Remember not to overcrowd the oil because the potatoes can stick to each other, giving you messy potatoes instead of mashy potatoes. So rather have your oil at a higher temperature. If your oil is too cold, the potatoes will stick to the bottom of the pot instead of float to the top. I would not recommend using a spoon to batter these balls. I feel getting your hands dirty and your fingers messy is the best way to get the batter evenly around the balls. You know when they're ready when you pull them out and they have a pale golden color. Because we've cooked the potatoes already, it's just a matter of getting the batter cooked. Don't move your potatoes around too much. If the batter is not completely fried, they can stick to each other. Then you'll have to deal with the clash of the potato balls. You also know when they're ready when you pull them out and your mouth starts watering immediately. Then it's time to eat them. And we're good to go. And there you have it. Get them while they're hot. It's better to eat them warm. Nobody likes a cold potato. They will pair excellent with a bit of a dip or just the way they are. Feel free to pop them in a mini bun or a slider bun for a carb overload. They say we eat with our eyes first. So here are some delicious shots. Roll the camera. So that wasn't difficult at all, right? Okay, maybe a little time consuming, but you can get around it. You could use dehydrated mashed potatoes from a packet and spice that up. It's not going to land you in hot oil. It may not taste the same as a fresh potato being boiled, but it serves the same purpose. All you gotta do is just let it firm up in the fridge. Should be fine. A reminder to not add as much turmeric as I did. Just a quarter teaspoon is enough. so it won't taste and look like something out of The Simpsons. Anyway, thanks for watching my channel, and don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button so you can get updates when I release new videos. Thank you.